Obesity, to the extent that I understand, is excessive fatty diet that people are taking in, and it stays in their system. Fat is required. It is not that we can have a fat-free diet, but it is which kind of fat. There are polysaturated fats which are really damaging to the human system, and then there are other fats which come from natural sources and they are good for the human system. Our problem is our diet has shifted towards the former. So, and unfortunately we've even attacked natural sources of fat like coconut, for instance. It has a lot of good fat. And if we see our records with the rise of refined foods, where all the micronutrition has been thrown out, we are left with what? A saturated content of either carbohydrates only, as in sugar, white sugar, or we are left with, as in flour, it becomes so refined that all the fiber has been thrown out of it. So the system actually cannot even absorb it. We have thrown away all the vitamins and minerals, and either we are left with only carbohydrates or we are left with only fat. And it is the other kind of fat, which is the negative fat. So our body cannot throw it out either. So it's a very damaging, and therefore it is either cancer producing or it is leading to the thickening of arteries.
The blockage.
The blockages that occur. These things were not around maybe even 50 years ago in a country like India, which has had a fairly healthy diet, compatible with the ecosystem of whatever region we look at. If you look at even the state of Gujarat, people had whole grains like bajra, okay, and whole wheat. They did not have refined flour so much, and the sugar was there, but that sugar was in the form of jaggery, and it was not taken in the form of white sugar. But if we look at post-independent India, the rise of the sugar mills has happened, and with the advent of white sugar, which is pure cholesterol, it's just like that. It's like cholesterol which is concentrated. So we have thrown away all the best things, which is iron and riboflavin and everything which is there in the original cane juice. And we have a really negative kind of product now. So today Ahmedabad has become the world's diabetes capital, which was never there before. That humble diet of called bajre ka rotla and jaggery never produced these kind of diseases. So it's a new disease in Gujarat and has reached world proportions. Because now this white sugar is in ice cream, this white sugar is in cakes, this white sugar is in every product. Plus we also have a lavish intake of sugar in normal food also here in Gujarat. So the overall intake has increased so drastically. Then we have also had a proliferation of fast food chains from across the world, which again are large corporates whose interest is clearly making the maximum amount of profits. They have the least to do with nutrition. Despite adding a few garnishings of fresh vegetables or salad leaves does not take away the fact that it is actually zero nutritional value. The base of that pizza or the buns of the burger were prepared maybe 6 months or 1 year ago and have just been packed into some deep freeze, have been transported maybe which part of the world we have no idea. Even the potato tikki that is inside, even this was prepared a couple of months or years ago. And if it's meat, then we have the next aspect of it. It has been, again, it's the same thing. These are processed foods and they are not fresh. So all you have to do is just heat it up and serve with, obviously with helpings of sauces and herbs and so on, because otherwise they are unpalatable. So to that extent, these things also have a large concentration of carbohydrates and fat content. And with the shift in our culture of adopting Western junk food. We are not taking in healthy foods, by the way. So it's very peculiar. We only pick up the wrong things. And somehow it's being equated with being part of the world as a village. So it has almost weaned away our entire youth from having healthy local foods to junk food. So all this, I think, has added on to the problem of obesity, and it is now there very much so in our schools, in colleges, and even schools are trying to cash in on the revenue. They have also invited in many of these fast food chains into the school canteens, and many schools have got fizzy drinks with this junk food, which has added on to the obesity problem. Children are reporting sick, or they have very low concentration levels because of it. So the decline in student output is also there. But I guess since everybody is here to cash in on, rake in on, as it's said, in big profits, there's very little concentration of being student-centered or being people-centered. So health is taken a beating, and big money is all that we are gunning for.
What do you think? What will be the future of this?
I think unless
it's going to increase, or
it's
people
going to
are well aware
increase.
enough?
No, they're not. Even if they're aware, I think we have already put in so much power in the hands of these large corporates that they can buy up any government, any state government, any national government. McDonald's is not a small thing. It's an $89 billion company, and it is already destroying the rainforests at a rapid rate in order to grow fodder for the pigs and cows in US for the meat, and as well as even to rear them for the dairy industry, because cheese is used very heavily in junk food. So it is not good enough to say that I'm a vegetarian junk food eater. I'm sorry. It doesn't make much sense. You're still contributing also to the destruction of the environment. So it's not only obesity, you're also contributing in a very damaging way to the rise of global warming, and they are the last lungs that are left in this world, the rainforests. And they will probably disappear in the next 20 years. So with these corporates, unless people rise against them, as large protest movements, nothing much will happen, because the governments are sold out. So you do not look for action from the top down. It has to be from the below. People have to realize what's in their interest. Of course, the organic movement has happened already, but they are few. This alternate stream of people who are looking only at health angle are few, and they are in a minority. The majority are
the money makers.
The money makers and people who just want to be with it, to be part of the fashionable elites, and so they don't wish to take any action. So let me put it, it's like they're with the status quo. They may not be making in the money, but they are the users, they are the consumers, and they do not wish to disturb the status quo. So I do not see much of a future in terms of an alternative, excepting from few pockets here and there, nothing else.
So only protests are the key.
Sorry?
Only people left. The people will need to protest.
The people will need to protest and stop consuming. It's very simple. This is the oldest Gandhian tactic. Stop the consumption end. You cannot force the production end. Remember that. That will stop happening only when the consumers stop consuming. So the change has to come from us. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.